Hey guys, I hope that you're having a great day today. I thought I'd give you a little update on the hurricane and how our family fared during this time. A lot of you sent emails and some of you sent some comments on videos, so I thought I would just do a quick video to post so I can share how we went through that and what things have happened. So we are fine, obviously we are fine, and my thoughts and prayers are with everybody else, because I know there's a lot of devastation in a lot of areas. Ours is fine. We are completely fine here. I'll kind of walk through the timeline of what happened here. So this next week you will see my videos I film a week ahead. I actually filmed way ahead, and I had a lot of videos because I had other things to do during the week, and I was like, oh, I don't even have to film for the hurricane. So I was going to kind of combine this video right here. I was going to make a couple days worth of filming and film like what we did during the hurricane, but there really wasn't that much footage because I really didn't do a whole lot. So I didn't even do food. I didn't do anything. You'll see Fridays I made like a meal for kind of us for the next couple of days. I didn't know how things were going to go. We were supposed to have family come and go, and flights got canceled, but for good reason. And so it all worked out. It all really worked out. And so thankful for that. It's like one of those things where how do you prepare? What do you do? And so what happened is we just ended up, we got obviously watching the news. Ryan Holiall's been very good to be able to watch. We pretty much had him on all the time. And so we just kind of watched what was going to happen. And so our area where we live specifically, we didn't really we got some winds, but nothing like too devastating. And so or at all, and like nothing at all, because I know the rest was really bad. We had reports the first day, and when we were I was getting reports of where we used to live up in Zirconia and Henderson County. Their area at the time when we were just starting here was seeing devastation. And so my girlfriend messaged me. She's like, we made national news. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And so I'm like, who would have thought little town of Zirconia would be in the national news? But that area was hit terribly with rain. And so it had like the 1,000-year flood or whatever, 1,000-year rainfall. So much rain. I don't know what their final numbers are, but I know that after seeing family and seeing friends, it's just like a lot of the roads are washed out, especially like you live on a mountain and you think you're safe, which I mean, for the most part you are. Everything washes down. I was telling Greg, I said, could you imagine, like they had so much rain. I want to say in our town, it was like, I could be wrong, could be completely wrong. It was forecasted like 15 to 20 inches. I don't know what they actually got, but I was like, could you think of how our driveway would have not fared at all? Like, our old mountain house is a wonderful place. It's wonderful. Love the little small country town feel. Love it, love it, love it. But the driveway is like, oh my goodness. It doesn't matter how much money you put at that driveway. It's gonna fail. Everybody in the town knows it. They all know it. That's why they kind of smile when we get the house, and when we talk about our driveway, they're like, oh yeah, we know. It's because it's so steep. Everything washes away. So you'll spend thousands of dollars and it's just gone. So I think that driveway is probably all just pretty much washed away again, and you have to redo it. So what happens when you're on a mountain? And the top of the mountains are made of big boulders, or like in the dirt, right? So when all that rain comes, it washes all the dirt away. Well, those boulders get unearthed, could potential cause to roll down the mountain. So you're not necessarily safe unless you're like on the very, very top of the mountain. But even then, everything just goes down. So roads get washed away. I know a couple of friends, their roads are washed away. They can't even get down them because they're just gone. And then a lot of the town is just flooded. Like we saw pictures in the stores we'd go to, and the different places are just completely flooded underwater. There were sinkholes opening up on roads. I mean, devastation. They had it much worse. When I was watching Ryan Holiall, I had to go pick some people up at the airport that were late getting in due to the hurricanes and or during the tornadoes in Atlanta, and I was watching him or listening to him when I was driving, and he was saying that he's very concerned for the part of Florida that was going to be direct hit of the hurricane. And he says, my other interest that I'm very concerned about is the Appalachian Mountains in western North Carolina. He says they are gonna get unrealistic amount of rain and to just cause complete flooding, and they did. And so I was like, oh my goodness. So that way was just horrific for them. So for us, we fared through it. We were fine. So I do have just a few clips of what we had when it happened. Okay, so calm before the storm. We had this morning, it was really sunny. Actually pretty nice this morning, and then the wind's starting to pick up now, so got lots of leaves in the pool, but nothing too crazy here. It's 11:30 30 right now at our house. So the sky doesn't look too bad right now. It's coming though. We'll be getting something here. Okay, the whole neighborhood, here they come.
They came and they because usually they're over on the other side.
Yeah, they like the other.
Look at that, they walked right over into our yard.
I think it's because they didn't discover Maxine in the window yet.
I take that as a good sign.
Well, we just got an update that there was tornado coming through Longbow and Bradenton, which is near us. Not near us, but a little bit away from us, but still in the area, so it's starting to get a little windy out here.
It's pretty much.
It's starting to rain.
Well, here, I got something you can show them here.
There it is.
This is the Ventuski app. Hold on. Can you see it on your camera?
Yep.
There it is right now, and there we are. Right there.
Yeah, so we're getting some.
So it's pretty much
vans.
passing right past us right now. So thank goodness it's out there far, and pray that everybody is safe up in that impact
area.
zone there.
But the birds are safe in our yard right now.
Yeah, I take that as a good sign that
Maxine just discovered them.
No, we can't make Winnie scare them.
Winnie, I'll go take her upstairs.
They chose our house for that.
So that was the only clips I got. That was the only clips I got. Craig made breakfast one day, and I'm like, ooh, I need to film that, because I was thinking I was going to start video filming, and he made really delicious omelets. So I got a picture of that. Jade made a really good coffee, and I was like, wow, this is awesome, but I didn't do anything else. After that. It was easy meals. Everybody else made food. I didn't do any of it. So anyway, so the story is we had nothing. We had a little bit of rain. Our pool didn't even flood, so we didn't even have to drain our pool. So we didn't even get that much rain here. We woke up this morning and went outside to kind of check to see if anything was damaged. And we're like, okay, a little stuff in the pool. Then we looked over at our fence and we're like, what is that big rectangle square covering the fence? And then we looked and we're like, oh my goodness, the whole fence blew through. So it must have, I don't know what happened, but it blew through, and it was nothing terrible. I mean, it's the vinyl fence, you can put the pieces back in. So, I mean, Greg, within 20 minutes, he had all the pieces put back in. But it was very weird. It was right in the middle of the yard, and it was just where the wind must have just blew through some kind of, I don't even know how it came off, but it did. So that was the extent of damage to our home, nothing more. I mean, I've seen the crews out in the neighborhood, the street sweepers were here already cleaning the roads off, and the landscape people are doing the sidewalks and cutting the grass and that. So we really don't have anything here. We're very fortunate here. Even went down the road and like people doing like normal life over here, but now go the next town over and they're out of power. I think over 1.5 million people or something are without power in Florida. And so our beaches that we go to, you know, the beautiful, beautiful Anna Marie Island, we go there all the time, film it. Longboat Key, you guys know those are the beaches we go to. Those are completely covered in water. So that's very sad. So they had a mandatory evacuation for the island. Not everybody did and evacuate, and I understand. I mean, it's mixed emotions on people why they choose to evacuate and why they don't. And so the few people that needed rescue, they were able to save them and get them safely in that. But yeah, it's just closed. You can't even go at all. They're not allowing anybody over there. Obviously, they said it's going to be weeks before they even have access for regular people to go over the island. So the island I just saw a few pictures and it's just underwater. Like Longboat Key, that's the one we go to. That's our favorite beach. Whitney Beach is our favorite one we go to all the time. That's where I film all the beautiful shots of the ocean. That is just completely underwater. And then Anna Marie Island, all the other beaches, that's just gorgeous and beautiful. That is underwater. Siesta Key, that's America's #1 beach. It's got the white silica sand. It's beautiful. That's completely underwater as well. So I know those areas are just totally flooded out. And so that's saddening. I know it came up through Big Bend area. I apologize, Perry. I remember, Ryan, I sat here and I was working. I was listening to the reports in Ryan Hall. I think it was coming up at Perry. I listened for a long time and then went to sleep. But I know it hit. There's not a big population. There's still population, but not as huge where it hit. And the storm surge, just crazy. But started going down. I think a lot of people without power, flooding, again, just devastation. And then it just kept going. It kept going up. I think it hit in North Carolina or South Carolina, it was still a category 2. It hit at a category 4, which is crazy. And so just crazy. I just think it's crazy. You saw the storm. I think at one time he said there were storms in the Caribbean. At the top, they were in Atlanta, Georgia. And he's like, that's how massive this storm is. And so I'm like, wow. So I'm thankful we didn't really have, we didn't have anything at all. Like nothing, a fence got blown down, but we got nothing damaged on it at all. We didn't lose power. We still have power. It's sunshine and beautiful outside and warm breeze. And that's a good thing. That's getting warmer and nicer, so at least it can dry up a little bit. So I know that a lot of devastation for everywhere else. We can't go anywhere. We can go places, but we're not going to be able to go out and explore and see and go to the beaches and see how everything was. You know, they always say the best time to go shell hunting is after hurricane. We did last year, but it wasn't that bad like it is now. And so, yeah, definitely devastation. So I know the other areas, terrible, and just our thoughts and prayers with them because it's a beautiful place. And Maryon is known for the beautiful beaches, and Siesta Key is the #1 beach, and I know that it's just gorgeous. We've been to a lot of beaches here in Florida, and those ones are just amazing. And so it got pretty churned up over the last little while with all the rain we've had, because we've had so much rain, and they had a lot of flow of sewage in the water, so it's just been yucky. I even think red tide was coming in, so it was like a conglomerate mix of gross. And so now, I mean, just devastation now. So it's gonna take some time. It's definitely gonna take some time to get back to the way it used to be and regular, but I'm sure it'll be months and months and months. So that is how our family's doing for hurricane. We had family flying in Wednesday. They got in safely. It was a very delayed flight due to the tornadoes in Atlanta, and then we had more that were have to go out, and it was the day of the hurricane, and we just kept watching the flights, and they were all canceled but the one they were on, and I was like, ooh. And then as we were driving home from the Wednesday night pickup, they saw it was canceled, and so they rescheduled. The next day I woke up and it was sunshine, and I'm like, are you sure it's going to be a hurricane today? I'm like, it's because it was way beautiful in the morning, and then Tampa and SRQ airport canceled all the flights, and so I'm like, oh yeah, they're preparing because they know what's going to happen. So they just got rescheduled, and so they'll be flying out a different day, and it will be all good. So that has been the update for what is happening here in our little corner of Southwest Florida. I know it's bad for a lot of people, and right now there's not a whole lot on social media. There's a few things they're posting, but obviously people can't get to the island because everybody's been evacuated, so it's just very minimal. There's some people that stayed that are filming things, but not a whole lot that they're showing because no one could get there. They had some drones flying over, and it was just underwater. So very sad, very sad. But everything comes back. Everything comes back. It'll bounce back. It takes some time, but it does. I wanted to give you an update here. Come back this weekend. I'm doing videos all next week. There'll be videos. They'll just be a little bit different kinds, and then I won't do any more updates on the hurricane because there really isn't anything for us. So, all right, I'll see ya. Bye.